Hello everybody and welcome back to 2K14 Universe. I am your host Church and you're watching Extreme Rules from Los Angeles, California.
WWE Tag Team Champions, representing 3MB, Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre.
Seems to be a little bit of a reluctance from 3MB as they make their way down to the ring here tonight. They're not doing their air guitars and their big celebrations and their big happy motion down to the ring. They seem a little bit lethargic on their way down, a little bit hesitant, and I guess that's to be expected tonight as they kick off this Extreme Rules pay-per-view with a TLC match against Team Japan, the combination of Tensai and Yokozuna. And, I mean, Drew, there's no need for that. It's, you know, they're kind of trying to play off, feeling a little confident, I can feel it, but I think there is definitely a lot of hesitance going into this matchup.
Introducing the challengers first. Weighing 360 pounds, Tensai.
I want to apologize to everyone watching this may be wondering, like, what happened to the show intros? Okay, so the long story short of it is, they take a lot longer to edit than you'd think, to put together and add to the start of a video. I'm not an editor, I'm not very good at editing. It's the part of running a YouTube channel that always puts me off working on it. So I think at least for now, I'm gonna leave them out just because I could feel myself like being more reluctant to record this series because it required more editing than the others. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to give in to that. So I am sorry. I know a lot of people seemed to like the intros when I brought them back. I'm not saying they're gone forever, but for the time being, I'm just not feeling them, I'm afraid.
Weighing 505 pounds, Yokozuna.
I think they were great for the season premiere episodes because they kind of built up that hype and gave you a feeling of like the new season and stuff, but I also feel like I kind of gave a bit of false advertising by doing that, and I do apologize. I just haven't felt like doing them. They really do. I don't know why. They just take so much more effort to put together. Normally it causes the video to desync because I'm editing it, because all the parts are like then more separate because I've taken the loading screens and made them into the match previews. I might give it another shot in the near future. It's just that I feel like when my videos are piled up like they are right now, I think only episode 8 is up right now. This is 17. I'd rather just work on getting them all out rather than keep recording and not posting them. Anyway, in this match we've been told that Jinder Mahal and Mr. Fuji are nowhere to be seen. They're not involved in this match at all, and I think that's going to be a bit of a game changer for both teams. Obviously, I've been saying this going into Extreme Rules, and I'm saying it again tonight, that there is a big factor in this matchup, and that is that Drew McIntyre and Heath Slater are a very new team, but in their first night as a tag team, they defeated the most successful tag team the WWE has ever seen in Edge and Christian at WrestleMania. Well, it wasn't their first night, it was their second night teaming up. They actually teamed up on the SmackDown before WrestleMania. But, you know, they've got quite a few impressive victories under their belt already, whereas Yokozuna and Tensai, this is their first time competing as a tag team. We've never seen these two compete alongside each other before. We only know that Mr. Fuji brought Yokozuna into this business and that he is associating the two of them. I believe those championships are going to be hung high above the ring. And these are two very different styles of wrestlers that are about to go at it right here. Oh, I don't know what to do. Do I play it? Do I not play it? I'm going to play it, because the last time I didn't play a ladder match, it ended in like 2 minutes. Remember WrestleMania? Okay, there we go. With Drew McIntyre going straight in for Tensai, Heath Slater not backing down from Yokozuna, and Yokozuna really let 3MB know what they were in for. when Jinder Mahal got a taste of Yokozuna this past Saturday on Superstars. Not this past Saturday, sorry, last Saturday, as in like the week before yesterday. I must admit, this Extreme Rules has felt a little bit rushed. I feel like there hasn't been a whole lot of build up to this, but in my defense, the draft took up the first week, and then it was just kind of feeling out the new rosters. So I don't really feel like there's been a lot of room to kind of be prepared for Extreme Rules. Now, if Over the Limit ends up feeling a little bit lackluster, well, that's just on me. I've had 8 weeks to build that. Not 7 if you don't count the draft week. Oh, strike over the head of Drew McIntyre there by Tensai. And I tell you, Team Japan, they are vicious. I guess the one interesting thing about this kind of a matchup is they don't necessarily need to work as a team, which I think we're already getting a taste of. They're not really doing as much. Tensai has set that ladder up. I mean, I don't really know how you do work as a team in this kind of a matchup. Tensai, no stranger to championship gold. He was European champion earlier on this year. Lost the title to Daniel Bryan a couple months back. And Daniel Bryan was supposed to be getting his European Championship match. That would have been our match that was coming up next. Daniel Bryan and Sheamus for the European title. But unfortunately, that match has been cancelled. If you missed this past Friday Night SmackDown, Sheamus, literally the words of Sheamus was to get stuffed. It is not happening. He is not letting Raw go anywhere near the European Championship in the near future. Yeah, you tell him, Waller. Ah! So we got a table coming into the factor here. I noticed there was a steel chair outside the ring. I believe that was actually, never mind, that was cracked over. Multiple body shots. Slater seems to be trying to put Yokozuna through a table. And I'll tell you, actually, you see a big man like Yokozuna crash through a table, that could very much be the end of the match for Yokozuna. It's going to be a hard thing for him to bounce back from. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, so they say, as Heath Slater now goes up to the top of the ladder, and now we see Yokozuna and Heath Slater fighting on top of a ladder. Who would have ever thought this was a matchup we were going to be seeing? Yokozuna falling off the ladder. Heath Slater has got his hands on the WWE Tag Team Championship. He's pulling. Oh, and I don't think Drew McIntyre realized what he just did there. That was quite the miscommunication between 3MB. Heath Slater got Yokozuna on that table and a drop. Oh, wow. Okay, that was close. I don't think a drop kick would have really put Yokozuna through the table, to be honest. Because it depends. If he goes more for the midsection, maybe.
It's a big fight feel here in this arena. The WWE Universe hanging on every move.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's tables, ladders, and chairs. By all means, if Heath Slater wants that table, he can go for it. Yokozuna thrown into it. Heath Slater seems pretty hell-bent on trying to put Yokozuna through a table. What better one than the announce table, I suppose. If anyone was to do it, it would be Heath Slater. He's up on the top rope here, and an elbow drop takes out Yokozuna. You can really see him favoring that arm for a second there, as Yokozuna has perhaps just been removed from this match. Never mind, he's up. Oh no, we're not going to get a broken camera angle for the rest of the match, are we? Oh, I think we are. Oh no, what is this? Oh, there you go. At least it fixed. I was afraid that was going to be it for the camera. Tensai, oh, with that big missed claw there I just saw. And Slater taking down the ladder that Yokozuna had just set up. I guess Slater has realized if he wants to win this match against Yokozuna, he's going to have to go to the extreme. I'll tell you, Slater and McIntyre, they had a really good year last year. I'd hate to see their tag title reign come to an end so quickly. But it seems like it's very effortless on the part of Team Japan to bring down 3MB. What are you doing, Drew? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, Drew was just a little bit too slow there. I don't really know what the hell he was doing. But unfortunately, that's it. And Yokozuna didn't get his.
WWE Tag Team Champions, Tensai and Yokozuna.
Well, that's got to be one of the fastest rises from debut to championship for Yokozuna, and Mr. Fuji will be very, very pleased with this outcome. I don't know what the hell went wrong with Drew McIntyre there. I guess maybe he just took one too many knocks to the head. He didn't realize until it was too late. And in the end, Team Japan have captured the WWE Tag Team Championships. The question is, are we in for a longer reign than that incredibly short-lived 4-week reign of 3MB? Well, only time will tell, but I tell you, at first glance, this is a very formidable team. But even here tonight, we didn't really see them work as a team. And I'll be very interested to see who is next to challenge them for the WWE Tag Team Championship in the near future. Oh. Well, I was about to say that we were going to have the Cruiserweight Championship match, but here comes Daniel Bryan, and once again this crowd continuing to screw with this man, starting the yes chant, something that he did to spite the fans, that now the fans have adopted and started chanting at him. And he doesn't seem to like it very much, to be honest. Daniel Bryan has been extremely bitter about losing the European Championship, and he was supposed to face Sheamus for the championship here tonight in a last man standing match. But Sheamus said he is not coming to tonight's show. He is not going to fight Daniel Bryan. And I'm wondering what that now means Daniel Bryan is planning on doing here, because his match got cancelled. It was supposed to take place here, but it's no longer happening. You're going to have to accept it, Daniel. No, you're going to have to accept it. It's been done. Well, this should be interesting. I believe we're trying to get him a microphone as we speak. This guy is very upset right now. We got a Bryan sucks chant going now. Boy, the fans are really on Daniel Bryan tonight. I don't think the fans are claiming to be wrestlers. Oh boy. Well, you can wait out there all night. Sheamus is not coming. The European Championship is not going to be here. Oh, what is this? Oh my god, look at the size of this guy. Good god. Is he coming down to the ring? Well, Daniel Bryan seems to be welcoming this. I don't know if you should be.
And approaching the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 295 pounds, Goldberg.
Well, I guess Daniel Bryan wanted an opponent, and he got it. I'm not so sure this is the opponent that he was after, and I think he might come to regret this. This guy looks like an absolute freak of nature, and with people like Brock Lesnar, Batista, The Rock, and Stone Cold on Raw, I think he's going to fit right in. But I feel like Daniel Bryan needs to run. He's not going to, clearly. This guy really thinks he can take on Goldberg, but this man doesn't even cast a shadow. The rope does, but he doesn't. Well, this should be a very interesting bonus match we've had thrown on here tonight. Bryan insisting he gets an opponent. There you go. Now Goldberg is in the ring, and Daniel Bryan getting more yes chants for a second there from the fans as he caught a quick elbow to the face of Goldberg and actually managed to turn around control here. I mean, it's not unheard of in the wrestling world that sizes and everything, and that a big physique doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a freak of nature. This guy definitely presents himself as such, but Brodus Clay at one point did, and I mean, look at him now, he's the Funkasaurus, so I'm just saying. Big spine buster there by Goldberg. Seems like he's trying to get into the head of Daniel Bryan a little bit.
Wow.
Wow. Nice drop kick. Bryan with an Irish whip here. This feels like this has the potential to, you know, be a good opponent for Daniel Bryan tonight. He seems to be having a good time at that. I know Daniel Bryan kind of just lives for this sport, this whole contest. So, I mean, in a way, I guess he's happy to take on anybody, but... And I'll give him credit. I don't know whether it's just because he's lost a... Oh, wow. Whether he's got a few screws loose in the head or what, but... He's definitely not backing down from Goldberg at all. Oh, wow. And he probably should with moves like that. And Bryan now sent to the ropes by Goldberg. And oh, went for a big boot to the head there. Bryan caught him. I'd love to see a frame-by-frame of that reversal, because that feels like it didn't make any sense. But he managed to pull it off. There's a belly-to-belly. Big kick to the side of Daniel Bryan. Goldberg just kind of measuring on here. Belly to belly. Goldberg now whipping Daniel Bryan into the corner once again. This time he didn't go crashing into the floor, so that's good. Oh, goes for a big punch to the face. You gotta love a good old-fashioned powerhouse like this. It's not a style you necessarily see too often. I mean, there's definitely a fair few you can list, but... This isn't an Extreme Rules match. This is just a standard one-on-one matchup, because this wasn't actually scheduled for tonight, so it didn't get a bonus stipulation thrown on top. I tell you, Daniel Bryan, though, I'm really impressed at the way he has managed to... stay in the ring with Goldberg. I was kind of expecting this to be a Ryback-esque, what we've seen over on SmackDown, these very short-lived matches of Ryback's. But no, honestly, he's really going for it. Over the top of Goldberg, and now Daniel Bryan coming off the ropes. And he catches Goldberg with the elbow. I'm very impressed by Daniel Bryan's seemingly will to just not give up. Uh-oh. Okay. Just a random sound cut out. Those happen from time to time. I don't actually think they affect the video, at least, so that's good. Cover attempt here by Daniel Bryan. And he got two. Caught Goldberg mid-run there. Daniel Bryan now. Once again chanting, just yelling, really. The word no. And now he's saying yes. Okay. Because I feel like he's just saying that in spite of the fans, though. Daniel Bryan catching Goldberg here into the label lock. My God, that was quick. And this powerhouse Goldberg reaching for the ropes. Daniel Bryan let go right as Goldberg reached those ropes. That was a smart move by Bryan. Man, I am impressed by Daniel Bryan right now. He has really managed to keep Goldberg down. I mean, that's the thing, is maybe Daniel Bryan, you know, he's coming out here with a chip on his shoulder. He sees someone massive like Goldberg coming out, and he thinks to himself, really, you're going to come out here and you're going to try and embarrass me. That's the plan, right? You're going to shut me up, and that's going to be the end of it. Well, I think he's got otherwise to say about that. Fans are actually in support of Bryan now. I mean, they were literally chanting Bryan sucks a minute ago, but it feels like he's managed to win them over pretty effectively. How can you not appreciate Bryan's performance here, though? I mean, this is remarkable. Goldberg backing up here, and Bryan getting up to his feet. Feels like Goldberg's just waiting for that moment. Backing up once again. Now he's measuring from the corner here. What is this? What is this here? Oh my God! The ferocity behind that spear. Cover attempt here by Goldberg. That's gotta be it for Daniel Bryan. That has to be the end of it, yeah. Well, I mean, that was a very admirable effort by Daniel Bryan. I actually feel like Goldberg did quite little in that match. We've officially unveiled another member of the Raw roster. making his debut here tonight at Extreme Rules. That's definitely one way to make it. But hey, he was told, you know, I mean, everyone in the Raw locker room was told, come out here, fight me. And this guy was very, very willing to do just that. Very impressive matchup between these two. Unfortunately for Daniel Bryan, it is another loss. Seems to be suffering quite a few of those at the moment. The Giant Slayer momentum seems to be unfortunately wearing off a little early. Maybe he can bounce back from this. There's always tomorrow night on Raw, right? Anything can happen for Daniel Bryan. But for now, Goldberg is victorious, and as I mentioned before, we'll now go into our Cruiserweight Championship matchup. A table match, I believe it is, set to take place between SmackDown's Syxx and the former champion, Kofi Kingston. And unlike the European champion Sheamus, Syxx has honored his defense here tonight. Well, we welcome you back here at Extreme Rules as here comes the Cruiserweight champion, Syxx.
The following contest is a tables match. The only way to win this bout is to place your opponent through a table. And it's for the Cruiserweight Championship. Making his way to the ring, representing the New World Order, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 200 pounds,
Well, this guy in his most recent championship defense against R-Truth over on SmackDown was absolutely despicable and showed that he will do anything to keep his hands on that championship around his waist. Here tonight there is only one thing he can do though, and that is put Kofi Kingston through a table to retain that championship. This man won the championship at WrestleMania, eliminating all 3 members of the Elimination Fatal 4-Way. That's Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and the former champion Kofi Kingston to become champion, and since then has had already a very successful defense against R-Truth. Well, I wouldn't say very successful, but he's had a successful defense against R-Truth. We'll see if he can beat Kofi one-on-one here tonight.
And introducing the challenger, from Ghana, West Africa, weighing 221 pounds, Kofi Kingston.
A very interesting situation on our hands here tonight, as Syxx, who's not even a member of the Raw roster, is the only member of the NWO that has found himself booked here tonight at Extreme Rules. We have not seen Shawn Michaels in, Shawn Michaels was unable to win the Contenders 4-Way or be runner-up this past Monday on Raw, and we haven't seen Kevin Nash in well over a month or so now. I believe WrestleMania was 4 weeks ago. The very start of this month, we last saw Kevin Nash competing for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Didn't suffer any injuries or anything. I don't know what's going on there, but there has been no sign of Kevin Nash at all. So here we go, Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Syxx and Kofi Kingston. This is our 3rd matchup of the night. We've got 4 more matches to come your way. Up next, the Divas Championship will be on the line. An Extreme Rules match between Lita and Natalya. Natalya has had her fair share of opportunities against Lita in the past and come up short, but you never know. Tonight could be the night. Maybe Extreme Rules will be enough to kind of benefit Natalya here tonight against Lita. Kofi Kingston sends it. Oh, that was a close move there. Smart move by Kofi Kingston to go for that, as a matter of fact. That was very much, I'd imagine, deliberate.
And he's going to use the table as a weapon.
I said this before, I felt like Syxx really has changed his behavior as of late. This guy seems to be very much all about whatever it takes now. It's all about making sure that this guy comes out on top. That's the #1 priority for this man now. Obviously, I think it was always about winning, don't get me wrong. It's just I feel like that's become so much more of a priority for Syxx just lately. I feel like the integrity is gone, is more what I'm trying to say here. Kick there by Kofi Kingston. You got to think now that table is so set up in the corner. It really adds a big risk factor to the match. You collide with that the wrong way, that thing crashes, breaks down, your body goes through it. That's the end of the match. And right now, Syxx is really looking at end this one quickly. Twice he's been unsuccessful in doing so. And he's now setting that table up. He's perfectly imprisoned Kofi Kingston behind it. Okay. Kofi Kingston set up on the table by Syxx and... Well, is that JR I just heard again? Look at Syxx! Drop kick there by Kofi Kingston, coming off the ropes hot here. It's weird that I think I just heard JR say that though, because it's like... He shouldn't have any recorded lines about Syxx. Cross body connected on Kofi Kingston there from the defending champion, who's moonwalking his way around the ring right now. Kofi coming in. Oh, smart move by Syxx to hop over the ropes as Kofi Kingston was charging into them. But you know he was looking to knock him off that apron and straight through the table on the outside. Syxx seems almost confused at the moment. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Kofi Kingston, of course, looking to join Zack Ryder in being the only other 4-time Cruiserweight champion tonight if he can win that title back. A remarkable accomplishment, no doubt about it. And Syxx over the ropes. What is this? Oh, nice side suplex there. And now Syxx looking to do something big, perhaps. Okay. Another clothesline. What in the world? He's been called the kid a lot. Oh, super kick. Shades of his, I guess, leader, Shawn Michaels. Feels wrong to call him that. I feel like we've really not seen any association between them in a long time. Neck breaker there by Syxx onto Kofi Kingston. Kingston continues to struggle here. Head scissors takedown. The defending champion really building momentum in this match right now. It's been all Syxx. It really feels like Kofi has been struggling to get into this. And Syxx seems to be enjoying himself here. Side suplex. Oh, ooh, I thought we were about to see the end of the match there. And a neck breaker. My God, he is all over Kofi. Kofi jumping up. Trouble in Paradise out of mid-air by Kofi Kingston. And ooh, got to the table there. Not quite what I think Kofi had in mind at all. Well, that Trouble in Paradise was incredibly impressive, but unfortunately it didn't seem to phase Syxx one bit. The defending champion continuing to be very much in control right now. Kofi backing up here as he holds his midsection and drop kick to the gut. Oh, just see the way his head whipped into that leg of the table there. Kofi now looking to maybe put Syxx through the table, but no. It really does just come down to when the time is right and who is in that position. Syxx now set up on the table. Kofi Kingston heading up to the top. Comes stomping through, and he just stomped through the table, not Syxx. And there's a second super kick. Perfect follow-up from that stomp through the table. Syxx playing his cards just right. And a drop kick through the gut. Catches Kofi Kingston, and the table smashes to pieces as Syxx retains the Cruiserweight Championship, which, an important update, as opposed to Sheamus' statement about the European Championship, the Cruiserweight Championship will remain a dual-branded championship. The Divas Championship, Raw is not too pleased about the European Championship. They've said, if you're not going to share the European Championship with Monday Night Raw, we're not going to share the Divas division with Friday Night SmackDown. So we've kind of seen a little bit more of a divide from the two brands. Seems like some mutual agreements couldn't quite be made. But the Cruiserweight Championship remains on Syxx Park for the time being. Great matchup between these two. As we move towards our next match, the Divas Championship is on the line. It is Lita defending the championship once again against Natalya in an Extreme Rules match.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules Falls Count Anywhere match. And is for the WWE Divas Championship. Making her way to the ring from Sanford, North Carolina, she is the Divas Champion, Lita.
We can hear it in the crowd's reception here tonight. A lot of people say they are sick of seeing Lita dominate the Divas division. But Lita is just doing her job. She's just coming out here. She's just winning. She can't help the fact that she is beating every woman. She's not just going to give up, lay down, and take a loss just to get more cheers. Lita has really earned her way to the top of the Divas division on Raw, whether people like how she is these days or not. As it currently stands, there is no competition for Lita. We continue to see people try to knock her down and fail.
Opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Natalya.
This is amazing. A third generation.
This is amazing.
This will be good.
Amazing. Well, Lita has, as I've said before, she's defeated Natalya in the past, but it's a new season and it could be a new beginning for the Divas division. A lot of people say that the day Lita's reign ends is the day that the reign of terror is over, the day that the tyranny of the Divas division also comes to an end, and we will see some fresh competition. However, Lita at this point in time, she's kind of taken on more of a part-time schedule. She's only really making appearances now when she has to, as what's she gonna do? Continue to beat the same women she's already beaten? I don't agree with the attitude. I don't endorse the attitude, but it makes a lot of sense. She doesn't need to be here every week. That's all. This one's starting off, and Lita with her hands on her hips, you can kind of see that, like, oh, you again. She has beaten Natalya in the past. I don't remember the last time these two faced off, of course, but it's been a very dominant very dominant reign of Lita's. She's literally one of the very few women to have continually defeated the three-time women's champion, Tiny Shiny. I just don't think there's any stopping this woman. You know, we really thought we had a glimpse of hope. We really thought that AJ Lee was going to be the one to get the job done against Lita, and we saw how that turned out. Unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. And I think now a lot of people are starting to wonder if, you know, maybe one of these new three, maybe Aksana, Summer Rae, or Caitlyn are the ones to get the job done. Because honestly, who knows? And Lita underestimating Natalya quite a bit there. Real slap in the face, but, you know, I don't think she cares very much. I really don't think this matters to Natalya. I think she's very aware that she's, you know, it's going to be a long time before she's ever respected by her peers again, that she's very much taken on the role that was once occupied by the likes of the Karmas and the Beth Phoenix in this world. Now it's become Lita's time to shine at the very top of the Divas division. Natalya, as I've mentioned before, a Heart Dungeon graduate. She's a very, very talented individual in her own right. She won a Battle Royal to be here tonight, which Lita openly mocked, saying, okay, so you threw 5 women over the top of a rope to prove that you deserved a shot at my championship. And it looks like Lita is very much welcoming the idea of Natalya grabbing a steel chair here.
They're sexy, they're powerful. They're the WWE Divas. And right now,
And even with that steel chair shot over the head, it doesn't seem like Lita is very fazed by what Natalya is trying to do here. And out of the ring goes that steel chair. It's openly booing Lita. She tries to get them more on her side for a moment there. I think that's the only part of this that really phases Natalya. I mean, sorry, that phases Lita is that, she wants them to cheer her. Obviously, who wants to go out in front of a crowd and be booed by everyone there? Nobody wants that.
She's searching under the ring with evil intentions again.
Natalya outside the ring once again as she grabs yet another steel chair.
These competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other. Ow, what an elbow. No! And now looking to put her
Natalya now discus clothesline takes down Lita. Cover attempt here.
and she kicks out. Once again, thank you for joining us.
I think the Divas champion is maybe taking Natalya a little bit too lightly. Reverse of fate there. Hold on a minute. Lita, you've made it abundantly clear you don't take this match very seriously, and you're still trying to cheat?
But if she doesn't get control soon, the next match she's on her back could be the last. Putting it all on the line.
Lita now going up top. Moonsault. Natalya reverses that one, though. I don't think she was counting on that.
In this arena, the WWE Universe hanging on every move.
I think it's really going to throw Lita off when she loses that Divas Championship, because it's coming. No one is perfect. No one holds on to a championship forever. Looks like Lita didn't like having the moonsault reverse there as she goes for a steel chair shot.
How is she still going?
Big slap across the face by Natalya. Almost disrespectful towards this lengthy reigning Divas champion.
You know, I hope heaven is kind of like this. Lita with a very slick reversal.
Now it looks like Lita has decided that it is her time to grab something from outside the ring. And of course, referee, I was going to say, he's got to follow through. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match, as these Extreme Rules matches are.
In an easy kick out. I love this type of matchup. An Extreme Rules match where, well, anything goes. I think Extreme Rules match is the only decent thing that came out.
Roll-up attempt here by Natalya. She's really catching Lita off her A-game, I think.
Oh boy, this
I say, it feels like Lita has been phoning this one in just a little bit, but with that being said... What is this? Oh boy. Oh, taking that fan's crutch. Oh my god. Oh my god, did she just crack her over the head with the handle?
Natalya counter quickly into the cover, and Lita kicks out at one.
That is brutal.
Phenomenal championship.
And now Lita, vicious DDT onto the concrete.
There's all sorts of crazy stuff under the ring, and all of it can inflict a lot of damage on an opponent.
Crashing that steel trash can over the head of Natalya.
Oh, there's the jawbreaker. Every muscle in that body is battered now.
Oh, we've seen a fair few tables tonight, including quite a few breaks too.
And Natalya gets out of the way of that one.
Oh, nice clothesline there by the challenger. Natalya very much under pressure tonight.
Slick reversal. She's
And I said before, Lita taking her incredible. Oh, wait, how the what? How in the world? That's okay. We got plenty more under the table. We'll just retry that. Lita striking the gut of Natalya. And once again, Natalya wanting no oh! Almost went face first into that steel chair. That's the kind of move that will have you getting surgery. Oh my god. Well, I tell you, whoa. Whatever Lita wants to do with that table, she wants to do it. Natalya is not backing down though. The challenger really giving it her all.
launched back into the ring. Come on, put that down.
Yeah. What that guy said.
Textbook counter by Natalya.
Just take the move. Just take the move. Just take the move.
Look at this move, Cole. We got a couple one, and Lita kicks out at one. Once again, thank you for joining us.
Oh my god.
Night of Extreme.
See the way her head whipped off that table?
I love this type of matchup. An Extreme Rules match where, well, anything goes.
Oh.
I think an Extreme Rules match is the only decent thing that came out of that extremely crappy wrestling we used to have to watch.
Well, it looks like Lita has decided that she's done with whatever it was she was trying to pull off. Twist of fate on the concrete. Well, maybe not. And this is really just insult to injury at this point. Natalya is very much out of it. The leader is determined to put this woman through a table. And I think unfortunately she's just about to here from the top rope. Lita moonsault through the table. Finally. These two are both out cold from that massive move from the top turnbuckle.
This is a grueling championship match.
And, okay, Natalya first to her feet. I wasn't expecting that. Fresh off of the moonsault, but there you go.
Spectacular counter by Lita.
And it looks like Lita's going up for a second one, this time on the concrete. Oh my god, what a crash and burn. What a crash and burn. That's got to be it.
Can't wait for this one. Hooking away. 2-2.
It's over. It's actually over. Why did it have to be Natalya, though? Well, it's fine. It's over. Lita got a little bit greedy, I'd say. And now it's finally come to an end in the strangest way. Wow. You know, I really do feel like Lita had quite a few unnecessary moments in this. It was almost like she was bored of being champion, and she just kind of wanted to stand out and do something that little bit extra in the match, and that really cost her here tonight. I don't think I've ever seen someone being tired of a lack of competition be the reason that they've just lost a championship, but that is exactly what just went down here tonight. Natalya, the brand new Divas champion. I think Lita clocking in just over 200 days as Divas champion. She's beaten the best of the best. And truthfully, if I were Lita right now, I'd take some time away to just kind of recover from whatever she went through in this match. Because that moonsault to the outside, I want to point out, unfortunately, I'm not trying to discredit Natalya, but it was Lita that beat Lita here tonight, attempting that moonsault off the top turnbuckle. Natalya moving out the way, the crashing to the concrete. It was enough to get the job done, and it was the victory for Natalya. As we move on to our next match here tonight, it's gonna be one of the biggest. The Hell in a Cell is about to be descended. Batista and Brock Lesnar locked inside a cell. 2 WrestleManias these two have faced off, and they're looking to wrap things up at long last here tonight.
The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match. Making his way to the ring from Washington, D.C., weighing 290 pounds, the Animal Batista. He's a decorated.
So this is a very, very big fight feel here tonight. Batista and Brock Lesnar set to do battle inside Hell in a Cell. I pushed and I pushed and I said, hey, I know this isn't a championship match, but this should be the main event here tonight. Unfortunately, it is not. This feels like the culmination of a feud that started, well, it is a culmination of a feud that started 1 year ago back at WrestleMania 2, when Batista won the Royal Rumble and defeated Brock Lesnar for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar was very bitter off of Batista's victory, ended up attacking and injuring Batista, which led to Batista having to take some time away following a loss of the championship to The Undertaker.
Approaching the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 287 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
During that time away, Brock Lesnar recaptured the World Heavyweight Championship and went on a reign of terror that really set SmackDown to a... Oh, okay. Let's set SmackDown to some new heights here, I'd say, in regards to that World Heavyweight Championship and some of the contests that we saw take place for it. But Batista made his return at WrestleMania 3 after Lesnar lost the title at the Royal Rumble event. And it was a quick victory for Batista once again at the second WrestleMania match. And for a lot of people, Batista especially, he thought that was going to be the end of it between him and Brock Lesnar. He thought, well, you know, I defeated Lesnar at WrestleMania 3 on my comeback. I got my revenge. The only thing Batista said he was disappointed about when it came to his return, when it came to facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 3, was that he wanted to be able to take the World Heavyweight Championship back from Brock Lesnar. He wanted Lesnar to get a hold of that championship, and he wanted to be the one to take the championship away from Brock Lesnar because of the history between these two. And that nearly happened by the looks of it, but in the end, Lesnar lost the championship to Triple H at the Royal Rumble event. He was unable to reclaim the championship at Elimination Chamber. And I believe the WWE Championship is very much in the sights of both of these two. So the winner of this match, I'd have to imagine, will be watching the 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules main event between Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock for the WWE Championship later on tonight very, very closely. Because you could be looking, and I would imagine you are very much looking, at the man that will be next in line for the WWE Championship, depending on who wins this matchup. And whether it be Batista or Brock Lesnar, whoever the WWE Champion be coming out tonight, whether it's the Stone Cold or The Rock, any one of those 4 men in any combination of a match, you're talking absolute star power. Raw really has a phenomenal group of top talent at the moment at the very top of Monday nights. Big strike to the back of Brock Lesnar by Batista and a kick to the midsection. Lean him up on the ropes here. And I do wonder if this match will manage to, well, if the sell will be enough to hold these two, is more so what I wanted to say. I just didn't quite phrase it right the first time. But yeah, I do wonder if this sell will be enough to hold this rivalry, if this will be one of those matches that perhaps finds its way outside the cell, if, you know, the carnage really gets out of control. I don't know. I'm very interested to see what goes down here tonight. This is a big one. All I know about the history of these two is that as it currently stands, Brock Lesnar has never defeated Batista. You'd have to think if Batista comes out of this one 3-0 against Brock Lesnar, that is absolutely the next man to challenge for the WWE Championship. Lesnar busting this move out once again as he hooks the leg and spins out Batista. You've already said that twice today, lol. Enough. We get it, you don't like ECW, Jesus. Put more energy into the things that you do like. Following this, the United States Championship will be contested in our semi-main event. It's Antonio Cesaro challenging Dolph Ziggler inside of a steel cage before that 2 out of 3 falls Extreme Rules matchup between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The rematch from Elimination Chamber back in February, this time with the WWE title on the line.
And the knuckles connect.
Yeah, it really is a thing to marvel at when you look at the collection of talent we have at the top of Monday Night Raw right now. And honestly, even over on Friday Night SmackDown, I know obviously I'm supposed to play more favorite to the show I'm currently speaking on, but you look at the talent over on SmackDown, and I'd say that that's very equally, you know, with the recent re-arrival, as we saw in the main event this past Friday SmackDown, JBL attacking both Randy Orton and Triple H. JBL was a force to be reckoned with. He's the longest reigning WWE Champion in history. He could now be looking to become the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in history. That record, I believe, is still owned by Sheamus from a couple years back. No one has actually beaten Sheamus's record. Speaking of records, I think Lita had a fantastic reign as Divas Champion. I'm quite sad to see it come to an end. I must admit that's definitely not the way I imagined that it would end, but I feel like there is some poetic justice in it being Lita's oversight that leads to the Divas Championship. The only thing I'm concerned about is someone might want to check on AJ Lee, because her mental well-being, I think, has been a little bit questionable when it comes to coming up short WrestleMania and the issues that she's had with not getting opportunities at Lita. Very much feeling the victim of a conspiracy. I can't imagine that she's taking it too well to now see that she didn't get to be the one to defeat Lita for the Divas Championship in the end. Bear hug here by Batista on Brock Lesnar. Imagine this match ending with Lesnar tapping out. I don't think anyone has ever achieved that. Batista catching the foot. Brock Lesnar and Lesnar coming in with a strike here. These two mammoths in the ring. Once again, a bear hug from Batista for the second time. The fans are on their feet. You know, we've seen a lot of submissions as of late. It could be any second now with one of those. I do feel like Batista has very much repeated his return at WrestleMania 3. And a lot of people argued that Lesnar's reason for coming up short so hard against Batista at WrestleMania 3 was the fact that Lesnar didn't realize he was facing Batista. He had no idea that that was going to be the man coming out at WrestleMania. He wasn't prepared for a rematch from the previous year's WrestleMania. So it completely took him off guard. But, you know, that excuse kind of goes, out the window here tonight as Batista is absolutely laying into Brock Lesnar once again. Batista now with the Batista bomb. Is this match already over? That is the question. Have we seen this one end already? No, not even close. 1 count. I do feel like this has been a very tame Hell in a Cell. This has kind of felt like a very modern and realistic Hell in a Cell match. These two are going to have a regular match, but it's going to be hard to look at because there's a grating wall.
Stops that one. And did you hear the impact on that?
Oh, wow, what a right hand by Lesnar there, sending Batista crashing down. And you can't forget about Brock Lesnar's MMA background. This guy who can really dish out some vicious strikes. And he knows how to keep a guy grounded.
A big fist to the gut.
Batista now sending Brock Lesnar into the corner. What are we going to see from here? Batista. Ooh, muscle buster. Okay. Wow. Didn't realize Batista had that in his arsenal. Cover attempt. Nope, just the 1 count still. Brock Lesnar really not giving up in this one, if he can help it. Batista going in for a running strike, but Lesnar rolling him up with that pin. And imagine that being the way this match ended. I believe that was actually the way Lesnar won the World Heavyweight Championship for the 2nd time inside of a Hell in a Cell last year at Hell in a Cell. Always hate that being the name of a show, but it is what it is. That Armageddon Hell in a Cell match I think came to an end when Lesnar rolled up Triple H. And now we see Brock Lesnar using Batista's own submission hold, the Batista bite against him. And Lesnar just deciding to let go.
I don't know what more you'd want to do to another man. Oh, this isn't good.
And now Lesnar setting Batista up for a powerbomb of his own too. Really getting into the head of Batista by using his own moves against him. Triple Lesnar bomb, I guess you could call that. Cover attempt on Batista, but that's a kick out at 1. Back and forth between these two. I'm just amazed they've managed to keep this fight in the ring for so long. But there's nothing more extreme than the match being extremely hard to look at because they're in a cage. You can kind of see the fatigue setting in. These two seem to be slowing down in their ability to take control of one another. Now Lesnar just punching away at the face of Batista. Those strikes would knock an ordinary man out, but Batista is not an ordinary man, that much we have learned. Lesnar scooping him up for that powerbomb. Nice! DDT reversal there by Batista. Submission hold, is this going to be enough? No rope breaks inside the cell. The whole body is bent up. Can Brock Lesnar escape? Using all of his strength, he fights out of it. And now Lesnar scooping Batista up as here comes an F5. Batista's busted open off the impact. Ooh, I was about to say it's over. It is not over. But it does feel like that momentum has really drastically shifted now.
Man, this is one of those matches you just like to sit back and enjoy watching. Ooh,
Brock Lesnar and Batista really can't stand each other, and you get a very strong feeling of that in this matchup as Batista now dishes out multiple short arm clotheslines. The whip back on those things is very painful to my understanding, and it may just be a matter of time. I think it's been pretty good. I don't know about my favorite of all time, but I've enjoyed it a lot. I know he's talking about LNSL, but I'm trying to be smart. Trying to be. Lesnar scooping up Batista. Another powerbomb. My God. It does feel very much like this former World Heavyweight Champion has found his pace in this match. It feels like he's very much shifted things in his favor to almost an unredeemable level. It feels like Batista is now going to be fighting an uphill fight from here on out. I'd say this is very much turned into Lesnar's match, and I think he can finish this anytime he wants with that one big move. Rolling him up. Batista's both shoulders covered down, but no, still a kick out at one. And you know, the one thing that Batista has not experienced, it wasn't in Lesnar's arsenal when he last fought Batista. Well, it was, but he never busted it out. When they last faced off at WrestleMania 2, Brock Lesnar hadn't yet introduced the Kimura lock to his arsenal, and I do wonder if Batista is prepared for the possibility of having his arm just snapped like that. Big spear by the animal, and Batista is once again measuring for the second Batista bomb in this matchup. Kick to the midsection. He's got him in position, and there you see it, Batista bomb. It's a thing of beauty. Can it get the job done the second time? Yes. That was a very not extreme, but still good Hell in a Cell match.
Here is your winner, the Animal Batista.
Well, the all-out war between these two, I would have to say, is absolutely 100% over. It has to be. This has to be the end of it between these two. This can't go on any longer. Batista has defeated Brock Lesnar 3 times. What does Lesnar have to prove at this point? And I can tell you one thing. The man that's competing in the very next match may want to watch his back, because I can guarantee you Batista has not forgotten about what Antonio Cesaro did to him to knock him out of contendership for the WWE Championship. And I think that may come back to bite Cesaro sooner than later. But for now, Batista is victorious as we move towards our next match of the night, featuring Antonio Cesaro. The United States Championship will be defended in a slightly smaller cage, a steel cage.
The following contest is a steel cage match. This match can be won by pinfall, submission, or by escaping the cage, and is for the United States Championship. Making his way to the ring from Hollywood, Florida, weighing 223 pounds, he is the United States Champion, Dolph Ziggler.
the WWE Universe can't get enough of their champion.
Well, Dolph Ziggler has definitely been one that a lot of people have had their eyes very peeled on since becoming United States Champion. His first ever championship reign is unfortunately a blemish on his career that has stuck with him for a very long time. Winning the championship only to lose it just 9 days later. I believe it was actually Extreme Rules where he won it, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years ago. But he has held it for longer now, and I feel like I'm liking his odds tonight. I'll say that. I'm liking his odds.
And introducing the challenger from Switzerland, weighing 232 pounds, Antonio Cesaro.
Well, this could be a big night for Antonio Cesaro. The man challenged for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 3 after winning the 2012 Royal Rumble. He became the runner-up in the Contenders 4-Way this past Monday on Raw, an elimination fatal 4-Way that saw the first two eliminated from that match gain nothing, whilst the runner-up got the US Championship shot and the winner got the WWE Championship shot. It came down to Stone Cold Steve Austin, who defeated Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro was really awaiting revenge against Austin after Austin walked out on Cesaro the week before, and in the end he wasn't able to get it. So right now things have been really uphill for the real American. We'll see if Antonio Cesaro can maybe try to get a little bit more momentum behind himself. This man, a former successful ECW television champion. I don't think that he should be taken too lightly, but unfortunately he hasn't really done a whole lot yet, and he is the first Royal Rumble winner to lose at WrestleMania, which I feel is some momentum that's really been an uphill struggle for him since. A very light, ominous humming in my ear right now. Oh, here we go. The championship is on the line. The only way to win this match is to climb out of the steel cage. Who will be the one? Suplex there by Dolph Ziggler, and now it's charging in. Antonio Cesaro catching him there. Nice move by Cesaro. And you know, I don't really like when the steel cage matches are applied to only be that you have to escape the cage, but unfortunately I don't really have a lot of control over that, so you know, we work with what we've given, and unfortunately that is what I've been given. I've been given only escaping over the cage. One of the most iconic moments in steel cage history for me will always be the United States Championship Triple Threat match between Rey Mysterio, the defending champion, and the challenger's Big Boss Man and Damien Sandow. Not because I liked the way it turned out, but because it is definitely the idea of the example of brilliance in motion. It really shows off just how intelligent Damien Sandow is. That man really played up that he was going to let Big Boss Man win the match all the way through to the event, and then at the last second, after they had absolutely just destroyed Mysterio in there, as he knew Boss Man was going to struggle to escape the cage, Sandow went the opposite way and he quickly scaled that cage way faster than Boss Man could to win that one real quickly. Let's move there by Dolph Ziggler. He now locks in this headlock here on Antonio Cesaro, and it wouldn't be Dolph Ziggler, as his ass says, without showing off. United States Champion grateful for every opportunity that he's given. He's already outperformed his former reign as United States Champion, and I feel like we're only really getting started when it comes to Dolph Ziggler as US Champion. As he goes up to the top rope, elbow drop, completely whiffed that one, unfortunately. And I do wonder if Antonio Cesaro is going to be more focused on trying to get out of the ring, or if he's going to be more focused on... Oh, wow. You know what the plan is here for Dolph Ziggler in this situation, you know? Whips him into the corner.
Nice reversal there. What should Ziggler be looking for here, Ken? Listen, this guy's always in a match because he can make you submit whenever he gets a good...
Antonio Cesaro with a big powerbomb. Still to come tonight, our final match, the main event, 2 out of 3 falls, The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Said it before, I'll say it again, but I feel like they're going to need to bear Batista in mind as they go through that matchup, because I've got to think that when it comes to our next big event, which I believe for Monday Night Raw will be Money in the Bank, we'll be seeing Batista in the WWE Championship picture. That is, of course, assuming Antonio Cesaro doesn't win the United States Championship here tonight, because I'll tell you one thing. There's 2 months until the next big event. I feel like Batista's going to want to save his shot for a big event. So my question then is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how screwed is this man when he realizes that Batista is coming for him? Get to the midsection there by Antonio Cesaro. Hooks the arms of Dolph Ziggler and a big suplex there. Nicely executed by the challenger. You know, this man won a Royal Rumble, but that's not quite the same as winning a steel cage match by any means. Dolph Ziggler now. Looking to perhaps put this one to rest as Antonio Cesaro struggles to his feet, and there's the zigzag. And I guess realistically there is only one way to go from there, which is to escape the steel cage and retain the United States Championship. Dolph Ziggler is up. He is at the top of the cage, and he is saying goodbye, Antonio Cesaro. Unfortunately, you can't really get much out of a steel cage. I am sorry, but that is it. Dolph Ziggler, still the United States Champion. That's got to be a hard moment when you get up from that big finishing move just to watch your opponent escape the cage and win the match. You can't chase after them. There's no point.
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion, Dolph Ziggler.
Wow, what a match! The championship retained over some game.
Well, this was a pretty good matchup here tonight, but unfortunately it's another shortcoming for Antonio Cesaro, and you can really see the frustration boiling over that man. He seems to be having almost a full-blown tantrum in there. The guy was on his feet a second ago. But unfortunately these things happen. Cesaro came up short once again. Perhaps he needs to set his... I mean, there isn't a European Championship to go for anymore, so perhaps he needs to focus on teaming with Jack Swagger, perhaps. I don't know if Team Japan are really going to be the easiest opponents to beat, but either way, I feel like Cesaro's got to re-evaluate after another tough championship loss here tonight. As we move towards our main event, up next, 2 out of 3 falls, Extreme Rules. It's The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin with a revisit from their classic match at Elimination Chamber.
The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match. The first superstar to get 2 falls will win the match, and is for the WWE Championship.
I got a good feeling about this main event here tonight. 2 of Raw's finest. 2 out of 3 falls. Extreme Rules. This sounds phenomenal. This sounds like a wonderful, incredible match we're about to witness here tonight. And I'm ready for it. I am very much ready for it. And I know this man right here, he's ready for it. You know, The Rock said recently, when it came to his tag team matchup with Dolph Ziggler that we saw a couple weeks ago on Raw, that one of the biggest letdowns, one of the biggest disappointments in that whole match was the fact that Stone Cold Steve Austin walked out in that match and he never got to lock up with the man that gave him one of the biggest challenges of his whole career back at Elimination Chamber in February. Well, fast forward to now, the time has come. He can do it. He can get that match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at long last, and we can find out once again if this man truly is the better man or not. I tell you, this is 2 people that I think are just living legends, icons in the wrestling world. And both are former WWE champion. Well, obviously, one of them is in their second reign as WWE champion, but they both held that championship. Stone Cold Steve Austin has really turned the fans against him as of late with his behavior, with his attitude. You know, walked into WrestleMania with a match against The Undertaker after absolutely victimizing CM Punk until he got an answer. He wanted a WrestleMania match, he got it, and he paid for it, but he has bounced back from that tenfold. Here tonight, this man competes for the WWE Championship, and I do wonder if he could perhaps knock off The Rock and win the WWE Championship. It would be a real upset. Obviously, The Rock only just won the WWE Championship for the second time 4 weeks ago at WrestleMania 3, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he is immune to failure. Anyone can lose at any given moment. Take 3MB, for example. They beat the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions of all time in Edge and Christian. When they set foot in the ring with Team Japan, they just couldn't get the job done. And unfortunately, because their reign was so short, they will not be granted an immediate rematch clause. They'll have to earn their way back to the WWE Tag Team Championship rematch. And it'll be the same thing for The Rock if he loses tonight.
From Victoria, Texas, weighing 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And his opponent, from Miami, Florida, weighing 260 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, The Rock.
Well, Batista has said it doesn't matter if it's Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock. He wants the WWE Championship, and he is not afraid of any man on Monday Night Raw. And honestly, when you've been able to go through Brock Lesnar the way he has, I gotta believe him. So here we go. You can see the point scale there that will be brought up whenever a pinfall is achieved. It is first man to achieve 2 pinfalls in this hour time limit matchup. Now, of course, if we end up hitting the entire hour time limit and we do not have a single pinfall, or perhaps it's 1-1, then we may go into sudden death. But otherwise, if it's 1-0 in any way, then that will be the decisive outcome of this matchup. The person with 1 fall will be declared the winner. So it's kind of similar to an Iron Man match, except it will end as soon as someone hits 2 falls. Fans very strongly in support of The Rock. You heard those Rocky chants. I remember just last year they were chanting "Die Rocky Die." They couldn't stand this guy. The way that some people can win over the fans, you know, it's a thing of beauty. It's incredible. And this is Extreme Rules. This is falls count anywhere, but more importantly, this is 2 out of 3 falls. This match will see a maximum of at least 2 pinfalls. And I'd have to imagine we'll at least see 1 fall to both men here tonight, as we've got some incredible talent. The only way that we're not going to see 1 fall is if one man truly is that much better than the other. But I feel like you're looking at 2 guys that I'd like to believe are very evenly matched. Rock really coming in with each strike there, but Austin able to get out of the way of that very last one. I tell you, no one hits their strikes with quite the pizzazz of The Rock. That man has got so much personality behind each one of his moves. Austin flipping off The Rock and then trying to send him off the ropes there. Rock able to back out of that one and get back in the ring. Chapters also with a kick to the midsection and takes him down. Rock went through hell to get back to the WWE Championship. The entire road to WrestleMania for The Rock was just a hellish nightmare. It was just struggle after struggle after struggle. But in the end, he finally got to JBL and he finally got that WWE Championship back. And I feel like it's going to take so much from Austin to try and take that back away from The Rock. But for Austin here tonight, this is a crucial matchup. The last time Stone Cold Steve Austin held the WWE Championship was 2010. He won the championship from Christian, I believe. Maybe it was John Cena. I believe it was Christian. Stomp on the midsection there, and now Austin going in for a cover attempt. I think it's a little bit too soon for that, and I definitely was right to think so. Austin catching The Rock off guard there with that clothesline. And he jumps straight in there, Thez press and everything, striking away at the face of The Rock. Austin now going in for the cover as he defeated The Rock here tonight. No. Back body drop there by Austin. You can believe that this one is not going to be pretty. Cover attempt here. Back and forth between these two. Rock taking some hard hits on the outside there, but barely even phased by it as he now finds himself back in control of this one.
Sometimes the moves in no disqualification matches cause as much damage to you as they do your opponent.
Straight in the midsection of Austin there, now charging in with a float over DDT. And Rock taking Austin up to his feet. Spinebuster by the WWE Champion. Cover attempt there, and Austin with a kick out. And Austin rolling out of the ring. And it's almost as if his life flashed before his eyes as he got that spinebuster delivered to him by The Rock. And Rock didn't quite catch Austin picking up the WWE Championship. Austin just whipping The Rock with the WWE title. Cover time. Austin taking his fight back inside the ring. Rock to his feet, kick to the midsection. There's a stunner. Stone Cold Steve Austin connecting with the first stunner of the match up there on The Rock. And again, it's another kick out by the defending WWE Champion. Catches Austin by the boot. And now The Rock now with a big move of his own. The Rock bottom. Back to back. From one big move to another. And Austin's able to kick out at 2. And you can see it now, that panic frenzy from Austin as he starts coming in with strike after strike. There's fear in Austin's motions right now. And of course these fans getting into the head of Stone Cold Steve Austin, who tries to deliver a vicious steel chair shot to the head of The Rock. The Rock taking this chair away, and oh, that time he got him. And the fans chanting in support of their WWE Champion as he struggles to maintain control of this matchup. Austin does not like when The Rock tries to go in for that strike. You can tell every time, ducking out of the way of that one real quick. There. Interesting crowd reaction. Crowd reaction there. Rock now gone under the table. What's he looking for here? Austin seeing a table, and he once again tells The Rock exactly what he thinks of him.
The WWE Championship is on the line.
Rock has been busted open by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin has been very much in control in these first near 7 minutes of this matchup. I can't imagine this will go the full hour, truth be told, but I do feel like this could end up being pretty long. I feel like the hour was definitely a good security blanket on management's part. Plenty of time to give to ensure that we definitely see some kind of an outcome here. Austin just dumping down the ladder on The Rock as he goes for a cover attempt here, and The Rock once again kicks out.
A sharp kick. Rock's in trouble.
Oh, wow. That sounded painful.
Look at those eyes. Oh yeah, this could be big.
Austin just toying with The Rock here as he calls him up to his feet. Oh boy, oh boy, oh my god! Crashing onto that ladder. And The Rock still kicks out. Oh my god, oh wow, okay, that ladder has come into play a lot more than I was expecting it to. Cover attempt here. Kick out by Austin.
This no disqualification match has been a rule. None of these superstars are likely to forget what happened here tonight.
Rock taking down the challenger. And another spine buster. Now the last time The Rock connected with this, I saw panic in Austin. I saw how quickly this guy started putting up more and more of a fight. Quick kick out there at 1. And now a second Rock bottom. That's got to be enough to put Austin away. That's got to be enough. There you go. The first point goes to The Rock. And almost 10 minutes in, we have seen the first fall, and now all The Rock has to do is pin Austin again. But the problem is, The Rock has to be able to pin Austin again.
Oh my god, look out. He's picked up a table.
What's Austin looking to do here? We've seen a lot of bad things happen with tables tonight, and most notably was the shortcoming of Lita. It was very centralized around the table. She really wanted to just do more damage than was necessary to Natalya. And I do wonder if The Rock will suffer. Oh, Austin. Is he really looking to do what I think he's looking to do? Rock. Gonna rock bottom. Okay, well, thank God he missed the table. That is a relief. Cover attempt here by Austin, and that's the Rock down one. Not long after one came the other. That's how evenly matched these two are. And a suplex. Doesn't even break the table. Cover attempt here by Austin. Another kick out. And now it is neck and neck. This becomes a standard one-on-one match between Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Austin in control of The Rock here as he takes the fight to the outside. He's got that cane. Roll up attempt here by The Rock, sorry. Just two guys trying to destroy each other in this match. And there's a pile driver on the concrete. That's got to be it. I'm sorry, but that's got to be it. We've seen Booker T's career come to an end from something similar, and Rock is able to kick out. Submission hold applied here by the champion, the WWE champion, trying to get Stone Cold Steve Austin to submit. A very smart move at this point in the matchup. You got to think the blood is flowing. Oh. Uh-oh. Austin, no, we don't need this. Oh, okay, well, there you go. Clothesline by Austin. I cannot believe that Austin's pinfall victory in this matchup comes from hitting a rock bottom on The Rock.
This is a grueling championship match. Nobody wants to lose this opportunity.
This is not something you would often see Stone Cold do, but he's coming from the top rope and he catches him. The Rock and Austin both dazed from the impact of that one, and now Austin, oh no, here we go. This has got to be it. This has got to be the finishing point. If he gets this stunner off, and he got him. He got him once again. Stone Cold Steve Austin, in my opinion, he has just won the WWE Championship. There is no way that The Rock is kicking out of this one. And yet he does. And yet, somehow, he does. And he catches he catches Austin straight into a rock bottom on the broken remnants of that table. And that's it. That is it. Well, a great matchup between these two, once again in the history books. Carnage all around the ring, but The Rock remains the WWE Champion. I said it before, I've been saying it all night, I feel that Batista has got to be the rightful one next in line for the WWE Championship. Whether or not that happens, I don't know, that's my personal opinion. I'd love to see The Rock and Batista go one-on-one. I really could not begin to imagine which one of those two is coming out the winner if those two ever do get to face off. But The Rock is still your WWE Champion coming out of Elimination Chamber. New WWE Tag Team Champions in Team Japan, new Divas Champion in Natalya, and 3 successful defenses from the Cruiserweight, the United States, and the WWE Championship. Thank you all for watching tonight's episode of Universe here, Extreme Rules, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw.